I completely missed it, but Jonathan and Anders beat Henrik.
Wow. Yeah, you did indeed. Let's see if we can see the grid. So Tobias Sek on pole, Jonathan Evans P2, Anders in P3, Henrik Moller P4, Dennis Jacobsen P5, Jack Wilkins P6, Gabriel Kalkbrenner in P7, Abdul in P8, Denise Pope P9, Lester Grigg P10, Dwayne Hoffman P11, Chris Lindenau P12, and that's the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out, away we go. Tobias gets a good start and nothing too bad going on in the background. Everyone seems to be quite good. Gabriel Kalkbrenner slow off the line now. Tobias goes through the first corner. Everyone keeping it nice and clean just for now. That is subject to change. Oh, we have had a crash.
Got through to one.
No, they didn't. There was a crash at the beginning.
We will go back and have a quick look at that one.
Yes. See how this first half of this lap unfolds, and we're going catch action at turn 1 as Tobias is looking strong, but he's got Jonathan Evans right behind him. Jonathan Evans is getting chased by Anders, I believe, going up Mountain Straight.
He is. The gap is staying steady though.
So Jonathan Evans just maintaining that gap through sheer will alone, because I don't think downforce was on his side. Sorry, the draft was on his side going up there. As Chris Lindenau is still fighting with Denise Pope as they're going now through the cutting.
Their battle is as close as this one we are watching now. The Dwayne, the Jonathan Evans and Anders fight.
As Anders goes a little bit narrow, looking to catch him out, and I think he's got him possibly into quarry, but no, Jonathan Evans blocks it off nice and well. As Gabriel Kalkbrenner has crashed 3 times in a row, so he's definitely had a spin or something, can possibly caught Lester up in that again.
Anders is now past Jonathan Evans.
As we can
sorry, we missed that battle.
Right, I have an app.
You have an app. There we go.
So it looks like he's heading down towards through the chase. This is where you get it done. Pins it nice and early on the inside. Jonathan Evans couldn't respond quick enough to get down the inside through the chase.
And you will be looking for this next replay. Unfortunately, it looks like Jonathan has crashed.
That's post-crash. So I was heading towards Hell Corner, living up to its name. Does he get a little bit too much curb on the outside? Yes, he does. And that's nasty. So Jonathan Evans on pole, Denise Pope P2, Dwayne Hoffman P3, Henrik Moller P4, Chris Lindenau P5, Jack Wilkins P6, Abdul in P7, Dennis Jacobsen P8, Anders in P9 from Scandinavia and not Norway, as he's told me, and Tobias Sek in P10 with Gabriel Kalkbrenner in P11 and Lester Craig P12. So, sorry, I missed the lights. Gabriel's gone already. Sorry, Jonathan Evans has gone already. Very similar cars, but he's repping the old Jordan livery as he gets away nice and cleanly. Denise Pope will be on the chase, but Henrik Moller is already going for it. Going to try and get that run up on Jack that he couldn't quite. On Denise that he couldn't quite do in the race, but they were spinning as Anders has crashed. Let's see what happened to Anders. As he's trying to get past Gabriel, who's going to be moving quite slow. And then he gets stuck in an F3 sandwich. As Anders is looking to recover, possibly giving Gabriel a receipt, maybe going down Skyline and through the S's.
Oh, here we go.
We'll
see them as they go over the top.
Biding the time right now.
keeping it safe. Because maybe Gabriel has a bit of front nose damage from actually hitting Anders in the first place, which could give him a bit of a slowdown on the straights. And I don't mean an iRacing slowdown, I mean just aero damage.
As we see the rear T-bar camera, you can see he's getting close, probably enough to get through. But Gabriel blocks off well, but Anders is going to have, I think, enough in the braking zone. Let's hope they both come out of it alive. They do.
Oh, well done. Nice overtake. Clean.
Well, this is where the incident happened last time, but I don't think they're quite close enough this time around.
No, I think Gabriel learnt his lesson. Won't be doing that one again. And we've just had another pass down the field as Anders overtook Dennis Jakobsen.
So brilliant use of the Conrad straight, getting in that draft. Dennis Jakobsen goes nice and defensive, but that speed advantage is just far too much as you go into the chase. And Anders is now up to P5.
4 places up from where he started at the start of this race. However, Dennis is looking to stay in his draft and pull that back.
Could be a little bit of a DRS chicken without the DRS.
Correct.
As Henrik is now dropped a second behind behind Tobias, and Tobias is now down to 5.7 seconds behind Jonathan, but only 5 laps to go. That's about a second a lap Tobias needs to do, plus an overtake. We have no fancy AWS graphics, I'm afraid. But
keep an eye on Tobias. There you go. And Anders is heading towards Abdul fairly quickly as well.
Yes, he is. Now it's down to less than a second. Anders had a phenomenal lap, getting away from Jens Jakobsen and now on the back of Abdul. Anders is just using his car's full potential down the straights.
And though, and on the graphics there, Anders' surname is not O. It's just missing off the Johansson.
He has he's put his name in differently in iRacing, and SDK does not know how to interpret 3 names.
It does not, which is a lot of fun.
So it was either going to be OA, AO, O, or Anders. As Jack Wilkins has retired from this race, he's had enough of crashing into Bathurst walls. It's not what we like to see, but we understand.
And the "so I died" from Jack with the is a slight understatement.
He died, got resurrected, and died again. As Anders is right up the rear end of Abdul now. Abdul looking a bit squirrely coming out of the corner. Anders has showed he can really keep this car planted. I don't think he's made too much of a mistake with the handling of this car, as Abdul has gone very wide, trying to get as much speed through Griffin's. Ooh. A little bit of a rub.
Was that? I was going to say, was that a rub?
It's definitely a real wheel rub.
It hasn't affected the handling so far. Oh, bit of lock up there.
We didn't actually see what happened to Jack the second time. As we'll possibly try and see that very, very soon.
Jack, the first one, you just knocked your wheel off.
As Anders has got it. I think this is going to be enough unless Abdul can do something special. He's not defending. He's kind of defending for the first bend, but the second is just ridiculous from Anders. He is controlling this so strongly.
Well done by Anders there. and he's at 5 places in this race. The other big mover is Tobias with a +8 and Gabriel at +4.
Tobias has given it everything he's got. He's taken it down to the draft. Jonathan Evans is spun.
Oh, no!
Oh my God! Drama on the last lap. Jonathan Evans. I'm gutted for him. Absolutely gutted for Jonathan Evans. As he loses P3. And probably P4. Absolutely gutted for Jonathan Evans. We'll have to have a little chat with him afterwards. He must be devastated.
He will.
So that brings a close on yet another race weekend. Let's look at the current points. So Tobias Eck obviously moves his way up to first place completely now on 86 points. Enric Mola up to P2 with 51 points. Mattis Martin on 50 points in P3. Abdul in P4 with 34 points. Anders in P5 with 33 points on his first race weekend. So that's really good. Dennis Jacobson P6 with 32 points. Ryan Jeans P7 with 27 points. Jack Wilkins P8 with 22 points. Henrik Anderson P9 with 10 points. Gabriel Kilbrunner in P9 with 10 points. Dwayne Hoffman in P9 with 10 points. And Denise Pope in P9 with 10 points. And then Darren Bart's P8. And then Chris Lindenau Des Bart's P13. Chris Lindenau in P13. Lawrence Achero in P15. Lester Craig P16, Jonathan Evans P17, and Mark Brush in P18.